Don't forget to set your barrow. Don't forget to set your fuel. And don't forget your mixture as you climb if you're in a propeller. So we're taking off 2,000 feet, 340, and the destination is RPMO, which is about 49 miles away, I think. Right, so let's go. Enjoy. If you're struggling to get in, the best thing I can suggest is spawn at the destination RPMO, and you can pick up the rest of the flight from there. Yeah, definitely put enough fuel in. That's a good idea. And we're up. Yeah, I'll just follow the group. That's the other thing. I mean, if you put name labels on, you can just follow the other people. It's quite easy to do that. Wow, there's a plane up there already. Good grief. Yeah, it's a crazy sky tonight. It's a crazy sky. Whee! That's just my autopilot aligning itself up, apparently. Look at that. That's amazing. The difference in the cloud in that direction to that direction. Look at that. I like to the east. I'm not so sure about to the west. Look at my autopilot still trying to find the line. Autopilot's like, it's here somewhere. Your little cousin just turned 19 and he's officially a private pilot. He's working towards becoming a commercial airline pilot within the coming years. Uncle Nicky, well, big congrats. Awesome career. What's the barrow? 29.73 on mine. Just press the B key, it'll sort it out. You didn't realise how cramped the 172 cockpit is. You and somebody didn't look very comfy. Dude, what if I told you that the 172 has one of the roomiest cockpits out of all the GA planes? And that's true. If you was to get in something like a Piper Alpha Warrior, you would realise just how roomy a 172 is. That's the big advantage. The headroom and the space. And the fact that it's got two doors on it. If you get inside a Warrior, it has very little headroom. It's round like that because it's like a tube. It's not square like a Cessna like that. It's round. The headroom, like, is literally touches my head in a Warrior, and the door is on the right only. So yeah, if you're 6'3", I mean, we're fairly big lads. You've got to remember that. Some nice terrain. Filipino terrain right there. Something looks a bit rough, but a bit of turbulence and it been giving you a sunroof. So knock the volume down a touch. Yeah, Matty. I think I'm trying to think the Mooney, I think, is a bit like a PA-28, but it has a door on both sides. Sakakinarusa Games, thank you for 82 months. A few months away from 7 years. I can't get my head around that. How's your day, sir? Not bad. Not bad at all. Senior UK, thank you for 3 months. Right, there we go. We're in cruise power now. Doing like 100 knots airspeed. Actually, the weather's calmed down quite a lot. Yeah, we've got a Discord. Absolutely. If you're a sub, just get yourself in there. If you've just been given your sub, you normally have to wait about an hour before you try and connect in. I'm so glad that weather's over there. Flying around with you while studying for your private pilot written, that's efficiency. God bless autopilot. You messed up your install of Unreal, whether it's working properly now. I thought, what was wrong with it? So that was a good turnout again. Lots of little GA planes. Did you know the new Xbox will allow to play Flight Simulator? I don't think they've announced anything, JMR. I have no clue. I don't think they've actually said when anything will go out beyond PC. Yeah, AV nerd, TBMs are ridiculously quick. You should know that. So we're going to fly along the coast here, and then we go back inland. I can see a lot of terrain over that way. I think if I remember, just north of where we're going, northwest of where we're going, there's like a big peak, but we're going to go south after that, back along the coast. So we're going to go here, and then back over there, I think. That's the plan. You wonder if it'll have crossplay? That's an interesting question. I personally don't see why not. In fact, I would think that they will do it. I reckon we'll be able to do a group flight and people on an Xbox or whatever will be able to fly with people on a PC. I'm sure it'll just join the same back end, wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Oh, look at that over there, good grief. I don't see why they can't do it. I mean, it's going to be the same sim, fundamentally. It's just going to have different, you know, graphics levels and stuff. But why wouldn't they? It's gorgeous terrain, though. It really is. You've challenged yourself not to use autopilot the 172. Do it. It's a lot more work, but it's a lot of fun. It's the one thing that I would like on the plane that I fly IRL is to have some kind of, at least a wing leveler, you know? Just some kind of semi-automation to give you a bit of a break. Eurost, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. We're not doing formation flying, we're doing group flying. Really enjoyed the latest video, OG. Thank you, mate. Aqua Vitali is in there. Aqua Vitali dropping 5 subs. Thank you very much, Aqua Vitali. If you just got a sub gifted, please give him a thank you. It's very kind. Impious, 57 months, that's over 6 Twitch babies. Where am I going to put them all? Should have thought of that a few months ago, I would suggest. You can always rent a locker. Using autopilot makes it possible to eat while doing this. Yeah. Yeah, these clouds are just fantastic. They really are. Look at the variety of clouds is wonderful. That looked like the lightning came out of that plane then. That was great. Beautiful. Shadow21, thank you for 16 months. Mr. Newking, thank you too. Are we going along the coast and coming in on 030? Let's have a look. I can't get any weather down though. I mean, it's a big enough runway. It's like 1,700 meter runway, so it's not going to be a massive issue. There is a coastal bit here. I mean, would it not be better to come in on the other runway on 2-1? Because you could kind of follow the coast up a little bit and then turn and come in left on 2-1. You see what I mean? The airport is east-west. Wait, what? Not according to this. Why is my screen mirroring not working? Hang on, let me close that. According to 4Flight, it's a 0321 runway. So what I'm thinking is, you see this massive town here called Ozamiz? What I'm thinking is we'll get visual on that town, because it's directly south of the airfield. The easy option is to fly straight in 03. But I think the more fun option is to go in along the coast here. So we go along the coast and then we just turn left base like that and come in that way. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go along this easterly coast and land on 2-1. Because it looks like a more fun approach. Ground speed 113 knots apparently. Is what I'm doing. I've got 105 airspeed, 113 ground speed, I think. When you sync your heading since the last patch, it's always slightly off. Anyone else getting that? I'll be honest with you, Blitzkrieg, it never works properly for me. Like, if I click on my heading, if I press my heading bug, you see that? And the reason is, I think, is because when I do this, it moves in like 10-degree units. So what it's doing is it's synchronizing to the nearest 10 degrees. And I have to mouse click to get it to adjust properly. So if you click the mouse, it'll go in 1 degree. If you mouse wheel, it'll go in 10 degree. And if you synchronize, it'll go to the nearest 10 degree, I think. It's weird. It's properly weird. Whoa, that was weird. You're struggling because you guys are too slow. Well, you're in the wrong plane. That cloud looks a bit moody. Looks like some moody low-level cloud coming in. Oh dear. Well, I would suggest, Jagger, that you change plane. You, it's fixed to the mouse wheel. If you roll it carefully, it will go 1 degree. If you do it aggressively, it goes 10 degrees. I think it depends whether you've got a honeycomb yoke or not. I heard that changes it somehow. You're officially off work for 2 weeks because somebody at work tested positive. Uh-oh. I mean, they could have at least waited for Cyberpunk release to get sick. You thought the honeycomb yolks weren't out yet? They've been out for 12 months near enough. I think you mean the honeycomb throttle. It's like Normandy. I'm looking at the elevation here and I'm wondering whether we're going to have to climb. I feel certain that we will. I feel quietly confident that 2,000 feet is not going to be enough. But I also think that if we climb, we're going to be in the clouds. Okay. Should we try 5,000 then? Let's try climbing to 5,000. Don't forget to lean the mixture when you climb. Every time you visit the stream, there are so many different things. Hey, Zany. Andy G, thank you for 40 months, sir. Coops, thank you for 23. A better way to wind down after a 5-hour drive back from a week with the parents watching Squirrel Drive. Sounds fun. Yeah, there's some terrain coming up. Ah, the weather's against us again. $5K isn't going to be enough. Nah, surely not. Surely 5K is enough. I would have thought 3K was enough, but we'll see. And Mr. Lock and Load, thank you for 2 months. Forgot to subscribe on my 2nd month. No worries, dude. I'm going to go to 4 and see what happens. I'm looking at this terrain map here and thinking that's probably about 3K. I think we'll be fine. It's once we get over this bit, we can get back down again. Yeah, Skyvector's 6.5K is the MSA. It doesn't mean that the route that we're taking is 6.5K. You know what I mean? It means 6.5K is safe for that sector, not a particular route that you've taken. Oh my god, this weather. And also, if you're flying a G1000, you've got synthetic vision, so you can actually see the terrain in front of you. So there's that as well. In between the two lakes, 4.5K was enough for you. Wind is 198 at 7 knots currently. That's what I'm getting. I am flying with real weather, yes. So not long before we get over those peaks. 4,000 might be tight. Did you fly the straight line between them? I can try 4.5. Yeah, it's not the best visibility, is it? So a Twitch clip's still a thing from now on, as long as they don't have copyright in them, it'll be fine. So the way I understand it, Jens, is that Twitch will automatically delete clips that have copyrighted content in them. Or music. Copyrighted music, I guess. They'll automatically purge them, apparently. Personally, I don't believe it. So for now, I've made Twitch clips only available to subs, unfortunately. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's just a bit of a mess, quite frankly. I did delete all my clips. We started again on that front. Alright, there's 4,500 feet, 0 visibility. You download the clips and highlights before deleting. I couldn't get all of them. There's far too many. I told it to download, I think it did about 18 months, 2 years worth, and that was a terabyte, I think. There was a lot. And because they didn't give us much time, we didn't have time to download them. You know what they could have done? They could have said, they could have given us an option to make them private, so they're not publicly playable, but they're not deleted, and then give us like 60 days to sort it out. They could have done that. Imagine that. Imagine allowing you to keep the content and time to review it. I'm going to 5,000, but I think we'll be okay after that. But quite frankly, I can't verify it. I can't see a thing. If you're struggling, by the way, if you're really struggling, just click on your weather thing here and just change it from live weather. Just do whatever. If you're not comfortable, just change it away from live weather. It's fine. Fine. Oh yeah, can you imagine that lightning in VR? Good grief. Go to the lake northeast of you. I think we're okay, to be honest. I don't see any issues here. In fact, I'm actually above the cloud. I can actually see the land now. Which looks like distinctly... Do you think I'm going to make that? Let's have a look at the drone. That's going to be pretty tight at 5K, isn't it? Yeah, I think we're fine. We've got about 400 or 500 clearance. Zany, 41 months. There he is. The man that pops back every 6 months. Thank you, Zany. Finlay Scully with a year. Happy anniversary. Plymouth with 73, Jag with 2, and Kenders with 4. Thank you, guys. Alright, so after this hill, I think we'll be able to descend again. Yeah, the turbulence is always pretty bad when you go over hills. Joe, I accidentally clicked on your name, sir. Can we untime out Joe 19? I accidentally clicked on his name. It scrolled as I clicked. That's the one I wanted, that one. Can we just untime out Joe, please? Thank you, Hannah. Sorry, Joe. Literally went to click and it went... I hate it when it does that. Okay, I think we're over the peak of the hill. So we should be able to descend back down again. Looking at it. Let's go down 1,000. Let's do it in stages. No, Captain Flint. It's embedded in OBS. I don't have a sectional for this area now. There we go, we're visual again. Easy. Flight Tracker Stream Deck plugin for Microsoft Flight Sim is improving now. Has some presets to use. We've got some of it set up, Leanne. Nice. I need to try that. Definitely need to try that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick at 4K for now. I presume that is the... Over revving a little bit. Is that the water coming in there? Yes, it is. So yeah, there's that little bit there. Is that little peak there, I think. So I think if we just keep to the right slightly, it's probably going to work out slightly better. I might go heading mode. And just aim for that bit there. Which will bring us on a left base, because I think that's the coastline we want to go to anyway. You're just following your nav lights in the DR400s, you don't have any electrical instruments. Okay. Well, it looks like most of us are still here, which is good. I thought we might have some casualties back there. Zany, banana donation train. Don't you mean a banana train, Zany? Yeah, let's go. We're under control again. Oh, nice cup of tea. This is one thing you couldn't do without an autopilot. We don't have a train anymore, that's true. Whenever you watch your stream, I remember the donation train me and Whiteland started a long time ago. Yeah. I remember that. Well, I think we can get down to 3K now. Possibly even 2K. What kind of tea? There's only one kind of tea, mate. Yorkshire tea. Yeah, I can't remember how long it was for Donator. Funnily enough, I had a highlight video of our longest ever donation train, which was back from 2013. And that was a highlight that I had to delete this week, and I couldn't download it. It wouldn't download it, and it wouldn't export it, and I had to delete it. So that is lost. Thanks, Twitch. No, Really annoying. That was probably the one bit of content that really burned the most. Yeah, it was. I think it was. I was playing Lydia. What was it called? Transocean. I think it was Transocean, and there was like ship delivery coming in, and it was like 613 or something, 613 deliveries, something crazy like that. And it was that stream, and I think it was so old that the Twitch VOD was broken, so I couldn't download it, and it wouldn't. I got an email the next day saying failed to export to YouTube. It's like, great, thanks. Thanks for that, Twitch. Right, that's the town I think we're after. So we're going to aim for that coastal bit there. And bring it down to 2K, I think. You've downloaded that highlight. Not sure if it's completely okay, but it plays fine in desktop players. Captain Flint, how long is it? Because that thing was about 5 or 6 hours, wasn't it? That highlight. If you have it though, I'd definitely be interested in getting it off you. If you have an intact copy of the whole thing. Well, if there's a way that you can put it on a Dropbox or something that I can just download, that'd be awesome. Oh, Whiteley's got it as well, apparently. Yeah, I just noticed that. Captain's Flint Acorn just disappeared, then came back. But it came back with a little asterisk on it. YouTube Live is not an option given Twitch shoddy behaviour. It's not that easy to change platform. You know, you're talking about a community. You're talking about trying to move a community from one platform to another. It's not easy. And there will be a lot of loss on the way. And it's not like Google is particularly well behaved compared to Twitch. Google's got a history of doing really annoying, stupid, bad things to creators. On this particular thing, they just happen to be less bad. I think that might be the airfield over there. Yeah, Mixer. Yeah, Mixer will save me. It's fine. It's just a one-time content deletion. And now we just carry on. Look forward. Keep going. We've ripped off the plaster. There's no point complaining about it anymore. Wow, the sky's gone very blue now. It's a fun stream, but the stream is lagging so much, you're heading off. You should get a good internet, Zany. See you later, bro. Right, that is the airfield, right there. Bringing out a 6-pack 172. I don't think there is a 6-pack 172. It's still got two massive Garmins in it. I mean, it does technically have the 6-pack, yeah. Right, I'm going to turn off autopilot and start backing off. Jeez, that guy's low. Yeah, I was going to fly the six-pack again, but I was like, I'll just fly Garmin. Have Coronado's Mooney Ovation and flown nothing else since it first came out? I've not tried that. In my experience though with Coronado, they tend to make nice looking planes, but they don't tend to have a lot of detail under the hood. And then you often get reality expansion packs that bring that to it. And the first leg comes to an end. That was a nice little approach. It was a bit fun over the mountains with all the bad weather, but worked out okay. If we, if you land, you want to turn around and come back to the threshold here of 2-1. We'll take off our 2-1 again. Oh no, Jack Sims is here. So smooth, I almost fell off the seat. There we go. Just say hi to Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Jeff's slacking again. I don't know, he's got an assistant by the look of it. I think he thinks he's a magician now. Maybe he's like about to do some magic tricks on the apron. Right, flaps are set to 0. Don't know what altitude we're going to need again. So according to the flight plan, the next leg is on a heading of 227 and is only 31 nautical miles. So we're going to go into RPMP. RPMP, let's have a quick look. So rather than just fly the straight line, so what we'll do, rather than just fly the straight line here, let's take off and kind of head directly south to this town. So basically take off, fly 180 to this town, and then we'll track along the coast. Because it'll be a lot more fun. We'll just go along the coast here. We're looking for this town, Tangub. And then just keep following the coast back in. Why is it not? Come on, there you go. got a cloud all over it. Just basically follow the coast all the way along and then directly inwards. And, if we land on... Get the information for that. Runway 20. Elevation 5 feet. Look at that. This thing's 5 foot above sea level. So take off, head south, then track the coast along here, then over the bay, and set yourself up for a left downwind. Sorry, a left base, effectively. It's more or less direct in, to be honest. That's what we'll do. Any questions? Good. Let's go. You're going to take off and go and grab dinner? Who's going to land the plane for you? Pizza's on the way. Are you delivering your own pizza there, Jack Sims? By the way, can we say happy birthday to Jack Sims? He's 14 today. He's reached the minimum age to use Twitch. Oh dear. Hey Crystal, I'm good, thank you. Actually, I'm going to track at 1500, why not? We don't need to go too high along the coast. There we go. There's that town. And then we can make a right turn. Short arms and deep pockets, that's you, Heyman. The minimum age in the at least in the US is 13. I think it's 14 on Twitch. Can't remember. I thought it was 14 or above, but you've got the whole parental supervisory thing as well. It's 13 supervised. When is it unsupervised? Is that 18? Good evening, Niels. Yeah, supervised. Because everybody supervises their children on the internet. Don't know, Merlin. M2A2, thank you for 38 months. Captain Bob Chuckle with 22 months. And AN4211 has gifted 2 subs. Thank you very much, AN. I swore he gifts 2 subs every week. Andy Mark 3 with 9 months. Really enjoyed the North Wales flight. Looking forward to the return trip. The return trip is not as technically challenging, but I guess has more sightseeing in it, if you like, because we fly over a few visually interesting things. Wow, that weather is super low here. Look at that. You're in North America and the crosswind is real bad. I can feel the crosswind here. It's blowing us that way. We're in the Philippines. That is the little town of Tangub. That's the town we were vectoring towards. Well, option 2 bullets code just gives you like 2 independent vectors, doesn't it? So you can see the crosswind component. Okay, let's fly along the coast here. I think we want to head towards the bay though. What's mine at now? Well, I've got 192 at 11 knots at the moment. Or I've got a 7 knot left to right crosswind. You got the same. Cool. So the live weather's kind of working. I don't know how many people are flying Zasran. It's impossible to tell because we don't see everybody on the map. We only see a certain amount of people. Alan C, thank you for subbing with Prime. Oh yeah, Larry, that was the ghost button thing, the switches and dials. I'm so glad they fixed that. That was really annoying. Having your lights going on and off and the dials turning, oh my god. Okay, this just got fun. The mixture no longer goes to 100% when you're at altitude. What about the fuel tank that kept turning off? In the Caravan, that left fuel tank would just randomly turn itself off. What do you mean, Hannah? The view's fantastic in the Philippines. Look at this. Are there any other streaming sites, Breakthrough or Twitch and YouTube, the two big boys? I guess they're the two big boys. Unless you want to stream on Facebook. Right, we're crossing over the nav line shortly, so I'm gonna pick up on the nav again. There you go, it's gone clear again. Fantastic. Now I've just got to work out the elevation we need, because I can see terrain coming up. Nothing too drastic, but I think we might have to climb. Oh, the amount... Yeah, if you want to start your own streaming platform, the investment that you would need is just staggering. And somehow you would have to convince a whole load of investors that you should create one, knowing full well that Twitch and YouTube are dominant in the market. Good luck with that. You better have a really good story. You're cruising at 2,000. Yeah, I'm just climbing a little bit now. Might go to 2K. What's so bad about Twitch? Well, have you not been reading the news this week? You're 12 nautical behind, not having much luck catching up in your 172. I mean, are you adjusting your mixture and stuff? Why don't you slew forward? Just press the slew button and then just slew yourself forward. Any news on the Bravo, Puppet? I've got the Bravo. I've done an unboxing video, and it's currently being edited, and should be out soon. I've still had no reply from them about the review dates, because I have specifically said to them, am I allowed to show it on stream? And I've had no answer. So you know, given that I've had no answer, I can't take the risk and show it on stream. But you'll see it in the unboxing video. But I kind of need to find some time this week to get it on this rig somehow. Oh my god, the weather's gone again. It looks like 2,000 should be okay. How's it Twitch's fault? Nobody's saying it's Twitch's fault, Nimble, but the way they've gone about it has forced creators into deleting an awful lot of content, and it could have been done differently. That's the problem. Can you come over and help me out? Yeah, I'll just come over and help you test and put it on the rig. That was called Stranded Deep, Cameron. Right, we're 11 nautical away. You can see the coast there. The actual airfield should be about here somewhere. What happened to that blue sky? We had some lovely blue sky at one point. Hi, I'm Bonio. Thank you for 32 months. An airfield elevation's 5 feet, so it's basically sea level. Had a Bravo on pre-order for a few months with Amazon, but you recently got delayed again till December the 9th. Yeah, I think if you get it for Christmas, you'll be doing well. Yes, Cornwall boy. Right, so I'm going to put it back into heading mode so I can track slightly to the right. Set things up for the left base, which should come in on 2-0. Once we get over this hill, I'll descend down to 1,000. You happy with the quality of the Alpha, you'll order the Bravo tonight? You're going to be in a bit of a queue. I think you'll be very, very lucky if you get that before the end of the year. Like, I ordered one weeks ago, and I was in the second wave of orders, I think. And even for me, it's saying late November, early December. You should do another KSP series because Squad has changed a lot and they've also revamped textures. The problem with Kerbal getting back into it is like trying to work out what mods you need after being away from the game for years. Wow, looks like the runway. Oh, I would not like to play Kerbal on console, good grief. You're flying along, watching the stream on your phone, and your wife is on YouTube watching your old Meister McCoy series on TV. How does that work? Nice one, Panda. I can pretty much guarantee you that Mrs. Squirrel is not watching my old Meister McCoy series on YouTube right now. She'd probably be watching either some detective thing or some nonsense vampire wolf thing on TV. Or Harry Potter. She seems to be watching Harry Potter a lot this week. Yeah, Mrs. Squirrel's watched my content. She had a spell where every time I put a video out, she'd watch it on her phone and just leave her phone. I said, why are you doing that? She said, well, just to get the view and the ad revenue. I'm like, you can't do that. Why not? I said, well, don't forget to like and subscribe. That guy needs to put his landing gear down at some point.
Mile final runway 20.
I hope Mr. Squirrel remembers to give me Jeff Bezos' money. How's she going to do that? Get it slowed down. That guy's very, very high on profile. He's just full on nope in that. Oh, he's coming down. Like a brick. Don't think he made it. Let's go to the end of the runway. Let's keep going to the end and then we'll turn around and come back. We'll take off from the opposite runway. Because we've got to go northbound anyway. That was on toast, that one. There was so much butter on that. That was like on toast. Well, you can't, Zassaran, you can't file a lawsuit. So here's why you can't file a lawsuit, right? You're on the Twitch platform. You signed up to a whole bunch of terms and conditions. Some of them state that they can delete your content and even ban your channel off the platform at any time for no reason. And you literally sign a contract that says they can do that. You're on their platform. You're in their space. They can do what they like. So you can't file a lawsuit when they delete your content. Doug Norris, thank you for 11. Bad Boy Rogue, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome. And I am Bonio with 32. I mean, it might be your content in the sense that they can't do anything with it. They can't monetize it. They can't, you know, make an advert out of it without your permission because it's your content. But the copy of the file on their server is very much their content in that sense. So if you don't have a copy of it, they can delete theirs off their server and ban you from the channel. There's nothing you can do. Well, I wouldn't say that we're lucky. You see, Floating Fat Man, it's a symbiotic relationship, right? The creator needs the platform as much as the platform needs the creator. It's a symbiotic thing. You both, in theory, it's a win-win situation. That's what it should be. Most of the time, that's what it is. Right, this time we're going to go northbound, heading 352 to 47 nautical miles, I think, to 352 to RPMG. We're going to go over land. I don't think it's massively hilly, looking at this. Like, we've flown over some pretty hilly terrain back there. But I expect we're going to need a few thousand feet. It's kind of hard to tell. The actual airfield is right on the coast. Look at it. Like, literally on the coast. You couldn't get more on the coast than this. So we're looking for a huge town called Dipolog. We're looking for Dipolog, and we're going to go straight in on runway 02. So what we might want to do is kind of get to this part of the coast here where it kind of just starts to head north. Just pick it up about here and just literally track along that coast though. Other than that, I don't know if there's anything interesting on the way. There's a couple of towns. Hopefully we'll see them, but you never know with this weather. So anyway, we're going to take off and head on 352 heading. That's what you'll be looking for. I'm going to guess at like 3,000 initially. But I really don't know at the moment. Put the heading bug on 352. Okay, Barrow, flaps, check your fuel, you should have plenty. Let's go. Little nav map is good for safe altitudes. Can you have a look for me please and tell me what the minimum safe altitude is? $3,000. Okay, so if I'm going 3,000, I should be fine. It's a sporty climb out of there. Some airliner just crashed into the trees at the end of the runway. You honestly shouldn't be surprised. We just took out of RPMP and we're going to RPMG. So Mike Papa to Mike Golf. I'm a retired pilot, just a sim enthusiast. I was never been a professional pilot. I'm a private pilot, but I'm not a professional pilot. Never have been, and I don't think I ever will be. So I fly in real life and sim in real life for fun and entertainment. Yeah, Zasran. And since they're based in America, they get to use the American way. Bandits. You can't tell them that was an A-10 pilot. Got your PPL back with 16. It was getting too expensive to keep it. Very expensive hobby. Yeah. Well, actually, yes and no. Like, it doesn't cost you anything to keep your PPL. Not in the UK anyway. The PPL's for life. The SCP, the rating, that's a different story. But for a general VFR PPL, as long as you do... You know, if you wanted to do the absolute minimum in the UK... you would need to do nothing for 12 months and then 12 hours for 12 months. And that's it. But I mean, that flight that I did from North Wheel down to Lydd, I think that was an hour and a half. So just in higher cost alone, that would have cost about £200. So that flight would have cost about £200 is what I paid. Because it's 135 an hour wet. Oh, but then I paid the landing fee of £24 when I got to Lydd. So that flight cost me £224. So yeah. Although actually, that to be fair, it is on the Hobbs hour. It's not on flight time. The last place I used to fly at Earl's Colne, they do it by flight time. This one, they do it by the tacho, which is cheaper. You get about an hour and 10 flight for an hour of on the engine, roughly. Well, it looks like we're heading back to Mordor. See what these guys are flying lower level. Wonder if I can just drop down 500 feet. That's 4 flights on the tablet. Expensive hobby. Oh yeah. There is nothing cheap in aviation. Connor Davison, what is your opinion when it comes to using music on Twitch? My opinion? Well, I'm not sure what you mean by my opinion. If you want to use music on any platform, you need to have the rights to do so. That's just the way it is. You know, a musician is a creator just like me. It's not fair that they can create music and then everybody can use it for free. So if you want to put music in your stream, you need to have the permission to do it. Whether that comes from the rights because you bought the rights to play it, or because Twitch has found music for you via its music platform that's coming out and you've got the rights to play that, or whether it's just, you know, the kind of music that is, in quotes, open source. In other words, Creative Commons type stuff, where you just give attribution and you can use it. Whatever it is, it's up to you as a content creator to make sure that you've got the rights to use that music. Where it starts to get really annoying is when you play a game that has music in it. Now this is where it starts to get really annoying, because the developer and the publisher have paid for a license to put music in that game. As a streamer, you come along and you play that game, which has its music in it, but you don't have a license to broadcast that music. So now you're breaking the law. Even though you bought the game, you didn't buy a license to broadcast the music. It's really, you know, all the laws around this come from decades ago, before there were people doing this kind of thing. Everything was broadcast on a radio from a professional music station, or they'd park a ship off the coast and broadcast music without a license, and that was literally called pirate radio. This is where this comes from. And so, you know, if you're a creator like me, you have no choice but to make sure you've got the rights to play that music, or just don't play music. But it gets difficult when you're playing a game. You've got to turn the music off and not have music, which for a game like Red Dead Redemption, for example, is the music's literally part of the experience. So what do? You don't, there's no way you can get the rights to play that music. No way. So do you just turn it off and not, or you just not broadcast it? And it's not in anybody's interest that streamers can't, you know, play games, because it's advertising for them. So anyway, to come back to the question, Connor, I'm not really sure how to answer that when you ask for my opinion. It's a very messy area of law that's very much stuck in the past, and they don't have good solutions for the digital era at all, particularly not when it comes to YouTube videos and streams. So here's the real kicker, is you can play a game, stream it live with copyrighted music, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But the moment that's a VOD or a highlight or a clip, the copyright holder can slam it with a rights DMCA takedown. And so if you really want to play hardball as a content creator, you could live stream copyrighted music and then immediately delete the VOD and the highlight and the clips. Well, you know, you're just rolling the dice if you do that. You overstress the aircraft and cause critical damage. RIP. Wait till the EU kicks into gear in June 2021. Yep, Zarek, the EU has got even worse laws coming. And, you know, yet again, they've failed to understand the whole thing as well. Because the people making these decisions are like, I mean, I'm not being funny, but an older generation, they don't understand the technology. Real-time audio checking is coming. Yeah, but what are they going to do? Are they going to real-time mute your stream? Doralis, no, I have not seen Sheriff Eli's tweet. What did he say? Twitch years ago on Reddit said we will never mute live broadcasts, and someone replied with, if you ever do, I'll print this out and send it to you every week. I bet that guy needs to get his printer ready. What the heck is going on with this weather? Is that terrain okay? I think I might just punt up 500 feet. since I can't actually see anything. The old people in the US are called boomers. Not technically, no. No, boomers comes from the baby boomers, which comes from the... Is it the children of the 80s? 80s boom or 70s boom? I can't remember. Whoa, look at that. I'm glad I went up 500 feet. Post-war boom. I don't know. They've got all kinds of names for things. You've got your boomers, and then I think you've got generation. Then you've got the millennials. Then you've got the Generation X and Generation Y or something. I've lost track of it all. The baby boomers were the 40s and 50s. Right. Okay. Everest Pike, thank you for 15 months. Wow, it's getting a bit bumpy. Boomers, Zoomers, and Gloomers. God. Why do they have to put a label on everything, eh? Connor, by the way, thank you for the sub. And Stimpy Slammer, thanks for 22. Boomers are post-World War II, pre-Vietnam War generally. Okay. So what comes after Boomer then? What comes after, like, if that covers the 50s and 60s, what's the 70s? What's the 80s? What's the 90s? Then you've got Generation X, Y, and Z. Okay, so Gen X is what? Is Gen X 70? Man, I'm not liking the look of this. I'm gonna go heading bug and just track to this valley, I think. Gen X is 70 to 90. Okay, so Gen Y, is that 90 to 2000? Because the millennials are 2000, aren't they? '81 to 2000 is the millennial. Huh? So what's Gen Y then? How can Gen Y be 80 to 95 if Gen X is 86 to 2000? That means Y sits inside of X. Huh? Oh my god, this weather. Good grief. Gen Y is 81 to 94. That's a very specific era. Mr. Byron, thank you for 19 months. Dear me. Why are there so many labels for people? What happens after 2000 then? What is it? Is that Generation Z after 2000? How long does that run for? How long does Z run for? That's the Zoomers. Right, yeah, but when does it end? When does the Generation Z end? When does it become the next thing? Generation Z is 97 to 2012. Wait, what? No, we can't. No, you can't run. You can't still be in it. We can't be. We must be in a new era now. Even if because of COVID, there's going to be like a pre-COVID and a post-COVID, isn't there? Yeah? It seems like a natural line in the sand. The COVID generation. If you were born under COVID, you're now the COVID generation. So we'll have a Generation C. Generation COVID. And it'll start again. You know it's going to happen. Every time there's some significant change, they'll say, right, there you go, we'll cut that generation there and we'll start a new one. Right, somebody go to Wikipedia, find the page with all this in, and then literally just edit it at the bottom and say Generation C starts 2020 Generation COVID. Just write it onto Wiki, right? And I guarantee you we will write history. We'll write history right there. Because as soon as people read it, it will become fact. And if it's on Wikipedia, it's fact. Just somebody go and edit the page. All you got to do is put a little asterisk on it that says citation needed. That's all you need to do. In other words, I've stated something is true, but I'm not backing it up. You don't need to back it up because when you give it 6 months, it'll be fact anyway. That's all you got to do. That's Wikipedia in a nutshell. It's like fashion. I don't think it's like fashion.